37 degrees, headed up Teton Pass. It's not as cold as I thought it was going to be. I'm maybe a little overdressed, but I'm headed up the pass and going over, and I'm meeting one of my longtime athletes, one of my few athletes that's in the area, Margot Waters. For you who have read Cool Impossible, you'll know Margot from the last chapter. So I haven't seen Margot all summer long, so this will be our first run together maybe since early spring. So it's going to be good to see her. And we are headed up Taylor Mountain. It's not a particularly long run, but it's very aesthetic, very beautiful. It's going to be awesome with fall colors. And we're going to go run up to the top of Taylor Mountain. So we're experiencing a little inversion. At the base of the climb of Teton Pass down in Wilson, it was 37 degrees, and I'm about halfway up the pass and it's already 45 degrees. So inversion, it gets warmer as we get higher.
And then into later on tonight, we'll stick with mostly clear conditions and lows into the mid-30s. In the southeast wind around 5. For Sunday, expecting plenty of sunshine with highs around 73. And then into later on Sunday night, expecting clear conditions and lows into the mid-30s. And then we'll stay with some sunshine again for Monday, highs warming up to 72. Sunny again for Tuesday with high temperatures into the upper 60s near 70. Right now it's 30. There's a lot going.
But it's 50 on top of the pass. Crazy. Almost 20-degree difference on top. 50 degrees. It's gonna be awesome. So what's unique about Margot? Margot has probably done almost every type of race distance there is. Like I mentioned, she's done every road distance, every Ironman distance, every triathlon distance, every ultramarathon distance up to 200 miles in the mountains. So it's pretty safe to say Margot's seen it all. What she hasn't seen is burro racing. Margot got a burro this year. She's gonna burro race. We're gonna do a full video on Margot, the farm she lives on, and her quest to become a burro racer later on. So I thought today would just be a great introduction to Margot. And here's the trailhead. Right there's Taylor Mountain. That's where we're going today. Margot is a big inspiration for me. Did I mention she's a mother of 5 children? So anybody who ever comes to me and says they don't have time to train to get their long in run, doesn't work. You know, I love Merrells. When I put them on, I thought they're a little stiff.
How does it?
That's.
I don't know about that.
That's you definitely wore them in. So I think they're not as stiff as what I tried on. But yeah. So these are the Skyfire, right? Yeah, Merrell Skyfire.
There you go. Yeah.
She's got the Merrell.
That's Merrell. What do I have?
Skyfire.
Skyfire.
What do you like about them?
Really good on grippy, on scree, loose gravel. There's the tread.
So this trail is perfect for them, right? A true mountain shoe.
True mountain shoe. Good feel.
Yep. 6 mil drop.
6 mil, really
good.
Light.
Yeah, really agile light. With a rock plate.
With a rock plate, yep. Which is huge.
But still, what I'm impressed by is they're still very flexible, even though they have a rock plate.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What distance would you use them for right now?
I would use them for every.
Matchy. Matchy.
Halloween. I haven't worn a pack yet. I even brought poles because to keep up with you. I need my poles.
You need your donkey.
I need my donkey.
Isn't it right here where we saw that moose?
Side.
You almost made me turn around.
Mama, you wasn't happy. You was not happy.
So when do you have to sign up for the burro race?
I have 1 more year of training my little girl. She,
And what's her name?
Daisy.
Oh, I hear a lot of breathing back there. Are you out of shape?
Yes.
Does training work?
Yes.
What was the most beneficial type of training you've ever done?
So hill training. I find the most interesting is after working and only running a little bit, how you lose foot strength.
Yes. It comes quickly and it leaves quickly, which is a good thing.
And I'm in,
so
like,
how do you notice a difference?
because I'm in boots all day because of gardening.
Yep.
So I have a lot of support. And then I try to be barefoot at home as much, but I just notice fatigue in my feet.
Yeah, good, good,
So.
good. And we worked a lot on foot strength.
Yeah.
Margot's taking this year off to be a gardener, take a little break from training, got the burro, and training starts next year, which is almost soon.
Yes. Oh, I was saying that I think you can actually tell a good ultra runner in a race by their cadence. I watch people's feet all the time.
So speaking of cadence, turn around. So many people on the channel are interested in cadence.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of your best traits for mountain running and where you're really good. Do you have any tips for people really looking to dial into cadence?
I think your advice of maybe going slower and quicker, hot coals, I just think of a lot of different things. You can always probably have faster cadence, so even if you think you have faster cadence, go faster.
Yep.
Here. Like if you're going up, you can let go, and you're pushing, and then you're springing forward. So that way you're using your arms
Triceps.
super well to get more speed. But like, you know, you see people do this.
Right.
That does nothing.
All right, one word. Hardest race you ever did?
Tor de Geants. What was it? A non-stop race, 100,000 vertical up and then down, 25 mountain passes, 230 miles.
Let's see your skills.
Now I'm getting
Go for it.
my wind back.
All right. So I just get you talking about races because that makes you want to go back to it. 2,500 feet. All right, our last break before the peak. So, Tor de Geants. Let's get the fun stuff over with. How old were you?
50. I don't know.
51?
I think 51.
Okay. And how did you do? Stats wise?
14th woman, 2nd American woman. So, you know, like when you say 5 minutes, every 5 minutes, 30-second pickups or whatever.
Yep.
God, I hate those. You know, because your legs, you don't want to do that.
How do they help you though?
Because they help at the end of the race when you want to like stop like that. I don't know what it does, but that's when it helps me.
Right.
What is it? I mean, is that right? I don't know what it
Okay,
helps.
so what helped you when Tor de Geants got hard and you had to actually turn around and walk backwards because of your hamstring? How did training help you for that?
Oh my God, because you just don't give up. I mean, I was not going to give up.
And how did training help you with that? I mean,
Training because I did the things that I didn't want to do, which then in that kind of a situation
It
led
translates.
me to, yeah,
Yeah.
it translates.
yeah. And there's no getting around that.
No, and I literally was going backwards on stuff like this.
Let's see it. Let's see the Tor de Geants.
Here, well wait, I was like this, literally going like that, backwards.
Now you're making me go backwards.
Yeah. It wasn't pretty. Little smoke.
All right. Tor de Geants changed your life. How did it change your life?
So when I got injured, I guess it was a common injury. I kind of lost my quad muscle, which made my knee swell. And the docs there said I wasn't going to hurt anything permanently. It was just incredibly painful.
What mile was this? Do you remember?
I had 150K to go. So
50K, not 150K.
No, like I broke my race down into 750Ks. So I had one more leg to go. Basically one more mountain.
So 30 miles to go.
30 miles to go. And I was pretty much trashed on my one leg. And the doctor said, I knew I wasn't hurting myself, so they said I had plenty of time, like just take it easy. So I kept moving and they wrapped me up. And I got to a point where I had cell service and I had my husband call you. And I said, to tell you that I was injured and give Tim some pointers to help me. And I started to rain and I went in and I saw Tim and like I lay down and fell asleep and he massaged my leg like you told him. He woke me up after 20 minutes and he said, okay, let's get going. It was pouring by this time and he was sending me back out in the rain.
Was it at night or was it during the day?
It was like 6 o'clock, so brutal time.
Like morning or evening?
Evening.
Yep.
And I basically had one more night to go, and I was going to finish that next morning-ish. It took me to the afternoon. Anyhow, he sent me out, and he had faith in me. You had faith in me. I had faith that I was going to somehow make it up and down another mountain, and however I could, backwards, hopping, hobbling, and I did.
And how do you deal with that? I mean, you mentioned this was life-changing when you crossed that finish line. How do you separate the one step after the other? It's such a cliche, but that's exactly what it is. And earlier we talked about how you make racing a lifestyle, and how did that help you finish that race when most people would have called it a day?
It was incredibly painful. I was swollen, but I never put in my brain to stop or give up. It just never entered. It never entered my brain. I knew I was in trouble. I knew I was going to slow down. I was doing incredibly well in the standings that left. And I just really then focused on finishing, literally, like you say,
doing whatever necessary.
I figured I tried to walk every which way. However I could do it, I would do it. I kept rewrapping, rewrapping. They checked me every aid station to make sure I was still safe. And just my mindset was go. And so was my husband's and so was yours. So never entered your mind. You mentioned earlier that age never enters your mind. No.
So how does this, first of all, let's finish this up with how was the finish line life-changing for you? What did it mean to you?
Gosh, it means literally you can do anything you put your mind to it. That's cliche. But but you hear it over and over again, and that's one more example of how it works. It's mind over matter. It was, my body could still continue on. I just had to mentally be there and say it's going to happen, and it did. So that's, I guess, life-changing. You can take that in any aspect of your life, not just physical.
And I think what's key here is that you didn't have expectations about what that race should feel like, look like. Is that at every moment, whether you were feeling good or bad, you did what you could do. When you were feeling good, you were going well. You did what you could do. When you were going bad, you still did what you could do. And there's really no difference there.
No.
It's a mindset of doing what you can do to accomplish the task. And that is very, very powerful versus going in and having the race already planned out of what you thought it was going to look like. Because if you race with that mindset and then you get injured, all of a sudden the chapter has changed and it's not looking like you want it to look. And that's when we start to quit.
Yeah, I can guarantee pretty much there's not one race in my 20 plus years that it's been as easy as I thought it was going to be.
Right.
I mean, on paper and like looking at blogs and doing everything, you think this is not going to be that hard. It's always that hard and harder. Something always happens, especially in ultras. So, yeah.
And do you think that's necessary?
What, to have something always happen?
Yeah, for it to be rewarding.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't tell. There's very few people who probably have perfect races that they actually went exactly how they thought it was going to go.
I heard an interview the other day of the ultra runner who's done the most 100-mile races. He said he's had maybe 5 good races.
Yeah.
And he's won many of those.
And I would say the Tor de Geants was a great race, and I struggled for 50K.
Yeah.
But it was an amazing race because of that hardship, but also because of just getting through and being what they call a giant. You were a star for a day out there.
Yep. All right, so let's wrap this around, bring it full circle on top of the summit. And what would you say to someone who maybe is concerned about getting older as an athlete and maybe slowing down, or don't think that they can achieve something as they got older, but you had your ultimate race at 51? What would you say to that person?
I would say to that person, don't worry about like slowing down. Again, it's a mindset. It's not about age. It's about what you want to do and just figuring out a way to do it. If you want it, go do it. Keep evolving. Don't